I don't know, like a teacher who knows like a lot of words. No, I don't know it. Do you know like a
No,
teacher who knows like a lot of words?
no, not really. No.
Yeah, vocabulary. I always say when I don't know the word, I just look it up on the dictionary
Yep.
in my cell phone, and that's it.
Actually, I watch a video. I usually watch some videos when people talk about movies, like they say their opinions about that movie. And I was watching it, and then the guy, that he's American, he forgot how to pronounce a word, and I was like, "Oh my God!" So I'm feel okay with me.
Yeah, well, the problem with the English is that it's also the pronunciation,
Yep.
because it's like instead or like there is a very very big difference with Spanish in that
Hmm.
matter because in Spanish you cannot have like a bad pronunciation in the way that if you know how to pronounce the alphabet, you're going to pronounce almost like 98% of the words, or almost
Hmm.
everything, almost, because there are some exceptions that, like for example, with the X in Spanish or with the J, that
Hmm.
sometimes it pronounces like G or something like this, like Joanna
Yep.
or yes, Joanna or something. Well, actually, this is like an Anglicism, but okay, well, it doesn't matter. The thing is that
But yes.
in English, the problem is that English has a lot of roots, like German roots and Gaelic roots and
Hmm.
Greek roots and Latin roots. So they have very different pronunciations. So it's yes, it's hard. It's
Yep.
hard. That's why they make the IPA. The IPA,
Mm-hmm.
it's like an universal, how do you say, universal phoneme alphabet that you can learn in order to learn the pronunciation. But like, well, yes, you have to go to the dictionary in order to learn how to pronounce it. Even the English speakers.
Hmm. That's right. Yes, I learned that at school. I like it. The phonemas and phonetics. It was
Yes,
a
the
great class.
phonetics, they're very interesting. But the interesting part about, well, as teacher, the interesting thing about that as teachers is how to teach it.
Hmm.
Because sometimes it can be a very boring topic for some people or for students, for most of the students, sorry. And sometimes, well, for me it's interesting, but I can't find a very good way to teach it.
Yep. I understand.
I understand it and everything, but it's kind of hard to teach it. All right,
Yep.
good, excellent. So on the screen, you're going to see the memorize. You have 150 words.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We'll try to get to the 200, please.
Okay. Yep.
I
I hope
think it's
so.
hard, but you can.
Yep.
All right, and let's go to the homework. Okay, so there was a homework
Yep.
where you have to answer the exercise 17, all right?
17. Yep. That's right.
Okay, so let's go with the exercise 17, number one, please.
Okay. Number one, I have that is okay.
Here's the
It's actually
example.
the answer. Yes.
Here's
So
the
the
example.
number three, or yes.
No, no, no. I want that you remember that I told you that you have to explain it.
Okay, that's right. I forgot the number two. Okay, but the number one, yes, I have it. In the number one, it's incorrect because I need to put after never, I need to put the action. Never wrote the boy to his sister.
Okay, but wrote is it's a verb that is in past, and when you
Mhm.
make inverted word order, you have to put the auxiliary. Okay, so it would be better if you say never did. Oh my gosh, never did the boy write to his sister.
Oh, now I understand the number eight.
Yes, exactly. When you invert the words, remember, try to invert the auxiliary.
Okay. Okay, yep, that's right.
All
Okay,
right, very good.
so
Let's go
in
with
that
number.
case, it's missing the action did.
Yeah,
No. And we need to change the verb to right.
yes, right, in
Mm.
present. That's
Okay.
right.
No,
Because we
okay.
have the auxiliary in past. Like a normal question, but it's not a question, right? It's a sentence, but we are going to start with a negative expression.
Okay.
All
Great.
right, so let's go with number two, please.
The number two I didn't do, but let me check. On no occasion did they say that to me. Is it correct to say it on?
Yes, on no occasion. It's a prepositional phrase, but
Mhm.
it has a negative expression or it has a negative meaning.
Did they say
It's like, for
that?
example, just to be
We
quickly,
actually use it.
like this example, only, oh, no, no, sorry, this at no time. At no time,
Oh, that's
it's
right.
a prepositional phrase, but with a negative expression. Okay, and in this case, on is a prepositional phrase, or on is a preposition, and with a
Negative.
negative expression.
Yep. So that's right. That's why it's correct. We have first the auxiliary, then the person, and then the action.
Exactly, very
That's
good.
right. Yep.
That's right. Okay, and yes, they say that to me. Okay, in this case, this that is not a connector, so just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a demonstrative pronoun. Okay,
Okay.
remember demonstratives?
That,
These,
those,
that, yeah,
this.
yes, exactly.
Yep.
These, that, these, those. That's right. So remember, you can use those as pronouns or adjectives. Very
Okay.
good. Let's go with number three, please.
Okay, the number three is, according to my opinion, it's correct.
Very good.
And we have in the second part of the sentence, after the comma, we have the negative expression that is nor did. And first we have the auxiliary, then the person, and then the action.
That's right. Very good. Excellent.
Okay.
And in this one, we also have a negative expression, but it's not at the beginning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we are going to write it in the regular position after the auxiliary. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's go with number four.
The number, interesting. The number four, to be honest, first I said that it was correct, but then I checked that it's incorrect.
Okay.
Because we have the negative expression that is only once,
Yes.
then we have the action first gone, and then the person, and then the auxiliary. So it's incorrect the place, right? First we need
Yes.
to say the auxiliary and then the action. So have I gone? It's the correct one.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
Very good. So gone in the place of have in the place of gone. Have is the auxiliary. Very good. Excellent. So let's go with number five.
Okay, the number five is, I have a question in the number five, but yes, I say that is incorrect.
Mhm.
And at the beginning, I was like, I was not sure if we have a negative expression, but now you mentioned that is at no time.
Uh-huh.
But then I'm not sure in the
But it's
first
not at the
part.
beginning, right?
It's at the end.
This.
We have the did, the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb go, but I'm not sure what happened in that one. It's
Okay,
not a
well,
question, right?
yes, it's not a question. That's right. It's not a question. It's a positive statement. So it's not necessary to invert the order because we are just going to invert the order when we start with negative expressions. If the expression is at the end of the sentence, well, it's a normal sentence. Okay. So the correct one it would be he went. He went out. Okay, he went out of the house at no time. So this is the correct sentence. Or if you start the sentence with at no time, and then you can write, did he go out of the house? Yes, for sure. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go with number six.
Then number six is incorrect.
Very good.
We have the negative expression that is seldom,
Good.
and we need to put first the auxiliary. Seldom
Okay.
has the secretary made such mistakes.
Exactly. Very good. Excellent.
Yep.
So this has goes before the subject.
Mhm.
Good. Let's go with
Mm,
number 7.
The number seven is correct. The negative expression is no sooner. Then we have the auxiliary had, the subject she, and the action that is hung up.
Very good.
And yep,
That's it. All right.
yep.
That's it. Okay. Then done. It rank then. Okay. No sooner has she hung up the phone than it ran again. Okay. This Dan. I don't know what is this Dan.
It's a connector, right? Or no? Because we
Um.
have subject and action again.
Yes. 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 It sounds like a connector. But I'm not sure if we saw it in the connectors. I think that we didn't see Dan as a connector, but
That's
now
right.
that I am looking on the dictionary, yes, it's a connector that is similar to that.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, good. So let's go with number 8.
I have some problems with number eight, but yes, we have it's incorrect. Okay, I know that it's incorrect. But I
Okay.
have problems to check why it's incorrect. We have in the second part of the sentence after the comma, we have the negative expression that is north,
Uh-huh.
and then we have the subject, and then we have left the action.
Mhm.
But I was confused.
About,
No, she left.
so the negative expression is nor, so we have to invert the order. So she left is in past tense, simple past. So we
Mhm,
have to
mhm.
put did
The
she
auxiliary.
leave early?
Okay,
Early. Okay.
that's right. Okay.
And that's it.
Nor did
Okay.
she.
So only because we have the nor after the comma, so that means that it's going to start the clause with a negative expression, nor. So that means that we have to invert the order. All right, let's go with number 9.
Okay, the number nine is correct.
Good.
And we have, I forgot the pronunciation, barely?
I think it's barely. Give me one
Barely.
second.
Okay, yes. That's the negative expression.
Yes,
And
barely. Barely.
barely. Okay,
Yes.
barely is the negative expression.
Yes.
And we have the auxiliary, had, then the subject, then the action. And we have a connector also when, one more time, the subject, the graduate, assistant,
Assistant. Yes.
and the action collected.
Very good. And it's in normal order because this WH is not a question, it's just a connector, right?
hmm Yep.
Good, excellent. And the last one, number 10.
The number 10 I have that is correct.
Good,
And we have the negative expression after the comma. We
yes,
have and neither, and then we have the verb did and the subject did, the paramedics.
very good, excellent, correct. Okay, without seeing your notes, Asa, tell me
Yeah.
the negative expressions.
It's nor,
Nor, okay, that's one.
neither.
Neither, good.
We have no sooner or no,
Okay, no sooner or not, just no. No
or
is a
just no.
negative expression with anything that you like. At no time, on no occasion. Okay, no sooner, whatever. Okay, what else?
Oh my god, I can't remember all
Only
of them.
once,
Okay, only once, that's right.
barely,
Seldom,
seldom. Okay, very good. Seldom, very good. Okay, so hardly, rarely, scarcely,
rarely.
seldom. Okay,
Okay.
never. Okay, remember those. You
Mm,
have to, these ones you have to learn them by heart, by memory.
mhm.
Okay, All
Yep.
right, very good. So let's go with the next one, that is inverted subjects and verb with conditionals. And this is very interesting
Conditionals.
because we have seen conditionals 0, 1, 2, and 3, and we know that it's normal order, but in some occasions when you use the had, should, and were, you are going to invert the order, and also you are going to omit the preposition. No, sorry, the connector is the connector if. So this is the thing, okay? Only when you have these auxiliaries, had, should, or were. Remember, where is very used in conditionals, in the second conditional, because we are talking about something that is not probable, okay?
Mhm.
For example, if I were a dog, I'd sleep all day. No, it's impossible, right? Because I cannot be a dog. But I
Yeah.
cannot say if I was a dog. Remember,
Mhm.
it's subjunctive. If I were a dog, I would or I'd sleep all day, okay? So when you have these ones, had, remember that had, you're going to use it a lot in third conditional because you're going to use past perfect, okay?
Mm.
You're going to use should also in third conditional or second conditional because it's something that is not probable or impossible. And where, like I said, in second conditional, okay? So the thing is that when you have these three auxiliaries, you are going to omit the connector if, and second, you are going to invert the order of this auxiliary, okay? So we have this example. If he had taken more time, comma, the results would have been better. Okay, so we have here the condition that is just this clause. The condition is just when it's just the part that you have the conditional connector. Okay, if, unless.
Mhm.
Do you remember another conditional connectors?
Only
Oh my
those two.
gosh, there is like three or
Weather?
more.
No. Weather is with
Have
W,
weather,
right?
very good.
Weather.
Weather, if, unless, what else? Oh my gosh, give me 1 second because we need to know that. Give me 1 second.
Let me check.
Additional,
In case, providing those ones or no?
providing. Yes, I think that providing is also a connector.
In case.
Providing, yes, providing exactly. So we have, for example, also after, as a consequence of, as a result of, as long as
Mm.
soon as, assuming, because, before, even if only, once, only if, providing, provided, since, therefore, unless, and whether, also whenever, wherever, and yet when, okay?
Mm. Yes.
Well, in the book, we only saw like 8. Do you remember them in this book?
Yep. Well, I can remember, but I can read.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I think that you can identify a condition because you have two clauses. One is the condition, and the second one is the
The
result
result.
of that condition. Okay, so I think that is also another way to identify the conditional. Sorry. So if you have a conditional, sorry, clause, and you have the auxiliary had or should or where, and you can, if you want,
No.
omit the if and invert the auxiliary. Okay,
Yes.
it's another way, but like for example, in this kind of exams, you are going to find them. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the why that you have to know it. All right, so let's go. Another example, remember, is with where,
Mhm.
with had, or with should on the conditional clause. If you see, sorry, this is the conditional clause when you have the connector, the condition clause, okay? Not in the result, Okay, just be careful about that. Okay, just in the conditional clause, not in the result. Okay, when you have it, you can invert the auxiliary, in this case, where, and you're going to omit the connector if. Okay, strange again, yes, a little bit, but remember, you have to identify what is a conditional. Remember,
Mhm.
condition result. What is a
Yep.
conditional? It's a condition that it has a result, okay? A result of that condition. All right, so the short is this one. So could you make a screenshot about this? So when
Yep.
the verb in the conditional clause is had, should, or were, it is possible to omit if and invert the subject and the verb, in this case, the auxiliary, that is had, should, and were. So example, where he here, he would help. And the complete one, it would be if he were here, he would help. Remember that if you have the condition at the beginning or the connector at the beginning, you have to put a comma, even if it's inverted, okay? So just be careful about the comma. When you don't have if you don't if you don't start the sentence with the connector, and if you put it in the middle, you don't have to put a comma, even if you have the inverted, okay? Even if you have the if omitted, okay? That's another
Mm,
way that you have to look for the comma. So be careful, okay? Questions about that?
I think for now, no.
All right, so I'm just going to make that note. So if you have the connector in the middle of the sentence, like for example here, you are not going to put a comma even if it's omitted, okay? Just be
Okay.
careful about that. And if you have the conditional connector at the beginning, you have to put a comma even if it's omitted, okay?
Yep.
All right, good. Excellent. So let's go with the exercise 18. Each of the following sentences contain a conditional with stated or an implied if. Circle the conditional or put an asterisk where if has been omitted. Look at the clauses that follow and underline the subject once and the verb twice, then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Okay, so I am going to start with number one. Were our neighbors a bit more friendly, it would be somewhat easier to get to know them. Okay, so I have a comma, so that means that I have to have a connector at the beginning. I don't have a connector, so it's omitted. All right, it could be like a reduced clause, or in this case, it could be a conditional. Okay, so how
Yes.
I'm going to identify if it's a conditional, remember
Ah,
only with where, with had, and with should. So that it's maybe a conditional. So I am going to understand the clause. Okay, if our neighbors were a bit more friendly, it would be somewhat easier to get to know them. Ah, okay, it's a conditional because I
yep.
have a condition and a result, okay? So that means that the if is omitted. So then I have to know that it has to be inverted in order to make sense or in order to be correct. And it's inverted, okay? So that's why this sentence is correct. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
very good. Number two, there are plenty of blankets in the closet if should you get cold during the night. Okay, so here the thing that I identify very quickly is the if, that is the connector. That
Mm-hmm.
means that I have to have subject and verb. The subject is should, is usury, and the verb is should get. But it's inverted. Okay, I can invert a conditional, but I have to omit the if. Okay, if I don't omit the if, the order is normal, subject, verb. So that's why it's incorrect. And now I have corrected. Okay, or I could also say you should get. Okay, if you should get. All right, good. Excellent. So it's your turn. Number three.
Wait a second, I got lost.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, in that one, why is incorrect? We cannot put in
Okay,
that
we have
correct. Why? Why?
we have a connector, right?
Yep,
So that
in the
means
middle.
that, remember, the order is subject verb,
Hmm.
connector, subject verb. Okay. So I have here my subject, you, and I have my verb that is should get. Okay, should get. But why should it at the beginning? It's inverted. Okay, so it's wrong because I can only invert if I omit the connector
Ah,
if
okay.
I don't omit the connector if, I have to put it in the normal order. So
Okay.
you should get. Okay,
Okay, okay. Yep. I
so
think
that
yes.
one, it would be the correct, the one with the if you should get, or if I omit the if, I have to invert the should and the you. Okay, like this one, but I have to omit the connector.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, yes. I think yes.
All right, so now your turn, number three.
Okay, let's check number three. Let's see, applications days left this year. Okay, so yes, it's conditional. That's right.
Mhm.
Yep. And here we have has. And then what
Okay,
happened? And then the subject.
very good.
We have a comma, so it should be at the beginning, right?
Yes,
The beginning we need a comma, so yes, we have the comma. So could be inverted.
inverted, yes.
That's right. Here we have the has, and here we have the he. The complete one will be if he has enough vacations days.
Uh-huh.
Or has to be had.
Yes, remember, very
Yeah.
good. It's only with had, with should, and with were, not with any auxiliary. It's
Okay.
only with these three. Very
Okay.
good.
Interesting. So
So
it's
is
incorrect.
very good. And the correct one
If he has.
is if he has. Very good. That's it. Very good.
Interesting.
So this is the correct one. Only with had, with should, and with were, you are going to invert. That's it. All right.
Great.
Very good. Number four.
And number four, we have had we been informed of the decision we might have had. Yes, it's of course a condition. And here we start with had. We have a comma, so it's at the beginning,
Mhm.
right? And we have the subject, and then being
Mhm.
informed is the action.
Yes.
So
Had been informed. Yes.
we invert,
Yes.
and the complete one it will be if we uh-huh. In the it's correct,
Very
right?
good. And the complete
And the
one.
complete one could be if we had been informed of the
Very good.
decision, blah blah blah. Yep.
Very good.
Okay, great.
Excellent. That's right.
Okay.
Excellent. Correct.
Then number five. That's a difficult one. Okay, we start with I would like to know. Could you help me practice boxes? Could be in this part, right?
Okay.
Subject and the action. So it's in the middle, and I can't remember it. So I think it's incorrect.
Yes. Incorrect. Very good.
And we need to say, I would like to know the complete one.
The complete one. Yes.
No, if you could help me.
Exact.
Yep.
Why? Because remember, it's only with had, with should, and with
And where?
were.
Mhm.
Very good.
Okay. And the number six, he would have been in big trouble had not hit the subject remembered the segment at the last minute. Mm. So could be in the middle. And we had not subject and action. Is it correct? Or
It,
no, because we have the not.
yeah, very good. It's incorrect. That's right. That's the only reason we have to had he nor had not.
Ah, okay, so negatives, no.
Yes, we can have it, but the order would be had he not.
Ah.
Is remember the invert is just the auxiliary and the subject, nor the negative.
Ah,
So the
okay,
correct
the
one it would be
auxiliary
had
subject.
he not remember. Okay. So this one is the correct one. That is the short the inverted. That means that we have also the complete one. The complete one would be if
If
he
he.
had not
Mm-hmm.
remembered. Okay.
Ah, okay, yes.
All right. Good.
Great.
Excellent. 7.
7. Okay, we start with if. Interesting. We have the complete one. If your friends, the subject, come, the action to be. Will they say this a question? Will they stay in a hotel or at your house? I think it's correct and it's the
Very
complete
good.
one.
Yes, is the complete one. That's right. And here we have inverted, but it's a question. So that's right.
Mhm.
Very good.
Yep. The next one we start with this, the subject, and here the mind be little more successful today. Okay, here we have in the middle, right? Where he little more willing is an action, yes.
No, in this case, is an adjective, dispuesto.
Okay, where okay. So this one is the action, right? Yes. So could be inverted, yes, and yes, we don't have the if. If or is it correct?
Very good. Correct.
The complete one could be if he were a little more willing to do some
Yes, very
hard
good.
work. Yeah.
To do some hard work. That's right. So this is the complete one. Very good.
Mhm. And then next one we have shoot at the beginning, you, and we have a comma. Okay. Yes, delighted to show you around. Should you visit? Is it correct again?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
And
Very
the
good.
complete one should be you should
The connector first.
if you should
Mhm.
really.
If you ever should. Okay.
Really.
Yes, the adverb goes regularly before the auxiliary. I have no, actually no, the adverb goes after the auxiliary, before the main verb. I should ever visit this town again. Okay, so this is the complete one, right?
Yes, but it sounds weird, right? Or no? Or only
If
for
you
me?
should ever visit this town again. So why? The
I
ever,
don't
the
know.
ever
Because they
town,
should.
if you should.
Yeah.
Ah, you say like the translation, like the meaning.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, it's a second conditional. Remember, on second conditional, you are going to use subjunctive in Spanish also. Okay, and would or a political situation in the result. Okay, I am going to tell you that note. Okay, so note second conditional.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to use past simple
Mm-hmm.
in the condition and would in the result. The thing is that in Spanish, the condition is subjunctive. Okay, so it would be ara, era. Okay, this is the ending in Spanish. All right, so for example, if I won the lottery,
Mhm.
I would travel to Europe. So the translation would be, si yo ganara, terminación ara,
Mhm.
subjunctive, viajaría a Europa. Okay?
Mhm.
This is second conditional. Now, in this case, we are going to use should. Should, remember, that is the past of must. Must, past, should. Okay, so it's the past of should as a modal, right?
Mhm.
So what is the translation? So if you should ever visit this town again, the translation would be, si tú debieras, terminación debieras. Si tú alguna vez es ever, alguna vez debieras visitar este pueblo de nuevo, yo estaría encantada
Mhm.
de darte un tour o de mostrarte alrededor. All
Yeah.
right. Debieras, subjuntivo. All right.
Okay.
Question.
No, not really.
Ok,
You
entonces
have
acuérdate. So remember, second conditional, past simple in the condition. In this case,
Mhm.
should is the past of must. And we are going to understand it in Spanish as subjunctive. Okay, ara, era. All
Okay.
right, good. Actually, second and third conditional is the thing about the conditionals, because all the students have confusion in these two, second and third. Have this ever happened to you?
Sometimes, and I have some problems with the third one, but the second one I think that is for hypothetical situations. That's
Yes,
something that
exactly.
could not be true.
That's right. That's right.
And the third one is like que el hubiera,
Impossible.
right?
Que hubiera. That's right.
Yeah, but
Impossible.
hubiera no
Impossible.
existe. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. Very good. All right. So let's go with number 10.
Okay, the last one we have. Do you think that she would give the speech? Okay, where she asks to do so. Okay, it's a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you
Watch
think that
out.
she will
Watch
give
out,
the
please.
speech? Yeah. Do you think that she will give the speech?
Remember, try to find subjects and verbs, connectors.
Okay, here we have the you action. Okay, here we have a connector, subject, action,
Yes.
and the object.
Okay.
Action one more time, subject, action. To do so.
Uh-huh.
So we need in this part the if.
Uh-huh. Very good. Very good.
So, but can we do that on questions?
But the
the
question is at the beginning. Here is the question.
mhm. Until the
This is
speech,
not
right?
the question.
Okay, so I'm going to say that it's correct. It's
Very
inverted.
good. Yes, that's right. It's correct.
Do
It's
you
inverted.
think that
So
she
what it
will
would be the complete one?
do you think that she will give the speech if she were asked
Yes,
to do so?
to do so. To do so. Question about the translation?
Maybe no.
A second conditional is the same, subjunctive.
Yep.
Ara era.
Se le hubiera pedido, right?
Fuera, fuera, del verbo ser, del verbo yo fui, él
Mm,
fue, ella fue, fuera. ¿Crees que ella daría el discurso si se le fuera preguntado, si se le
it
fuera,
sounds weird.
o si le, si se, como, si se le hubiera, no, hubiera is would, no, so I think that we are going to use just fuera, si se le fuera preguntado hacer.
Could
All
be, but
right.
we don't use that in Spanish, right?
Subjunctive, yes, for
Yes.
sure.
But,
In the
nah.
conditional is very used. It's very, very used in conditional, even in Spanish. In like in castellano es ese, esa.
Mhm.
For example, si tú jugases,
Ah, okay, that one yes.
si tú jugases, ganaríamos, ¿no? So
Yep.
if you played, played is past simple in English, but in Spanish it's subjunctive. Ara, era, or castellano, haces, eses, jugases, vinieses.
Yep.
We would win.
Ah, okay.
All right, but yes, it's very used, very, very used. Also, if you want to put it in Castellano, well, no, it's not Castellano, it's Spanish, but it sounds like Castellano. It would be, si tú, si no, tú crees que ella daría el discurso si se le fuese preguntado hacerlo, fuese. All right,
Okay.
good. So let's finish with this exercise. Let's go with the next skill. So invert the subjects and verb with comparisons. Okay, with comparisons. All
Okay,
right,
so we have
so
conditionals and comparisons. Okay,
comparisons.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So remember, comparisons is just when you have to compare two things, okay? And you're going to use more or an adjective with er and the preposition than, okay? More than or the er and than, okay? So in this case, the thing that you are going to invert is the thing that is after than, okay? And it's just optional, is optional. So that means that you can have three options. The normal one that we know, the second one with a normal order, and the third one with an invert order.
What?
Okay,
My
so
sister spends more hours in the office than
yes,
alone. Okay, the first one, yes, I got it.
this is the thing that you're going to invert, this one,
Mhm.
okay? So it could be in three ways because it's optional, okay? It's optional. So you can have the first one, that is the normal one that we know. My
Yep.
sister spends more hours in the office than John. This is the normal one that we know always, okay? The second one is the norm is it's the subject and the verb. John does. My sister spends, this is the verb, so it's in present simple, so that means that the auxiliary that we are going to use is do or does. In this case does, because John is third singular person, okay? And we are going to use John does in normal order, subject and verb after the preposition done. And the third option that we have is the inverted, okay? You understand?
Mhm.
Okay, so three options. We have three options in comparison. The normal one, the second one with the auxiliary, and the third one with the auxiliary inverted. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So that's it. Let's go with the chart.
Yes, please.
Invert the subject and verb with comparison. The subject and verb may invert may. So can or cannot is optional. Invert after a comparison. The following structure are both possible in English. Okay. So we were more prepared than, this is the comparison. The other performance were It doesn't matter if what is the action or the auxiliary. It could be in a normal structure, subject verb, or sorry, subject verb, or also it could be in an inverted order where the other performers. Okay, very good, excellent.
We're done. Yep.
So note, a subject verb inversion after a comparison sounds rather formal. So this is very formal if you invert the clause after the comparison or after the preposition, okay? Formal, formal, formal. Is very, so remember, you're not going to do the writing section, but if you
No.
were doing the writing section, this one is formal. And remember, in the writing section, if you are more formal, the better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, now that I remember, we are going to offer the TOEFL ITP online if you're interested, okay?
Yep. Let me check.
Because we didn't know it. We didn't know it until like last week. They told us that we are going to offer that one. All right, so let's go
Thank
with exercise 19. Okay, so first, do you have questions about this?
I think for now, no.
All right, let's go with the exercise. So each of the following sentences contains a comparison. Circle the comparisons, look at the clause that follows, and underline the subject once and the verb twice. Then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. So the first one is I'm going to identify my comparisons, more books than, and then I am going to identify my subject that is candidate or any other candidate and my subject that is has, okay? My verb, sorry, my verb that is has. Is singular, candidate has is singular, so that's one, that is not the problem. So then I have to know that is inverted. And I have to remember that if I have a comparison, I can or I cannot invert the subject and the verb. So that's why this one is correct, okay? And the second one, obviously, we were much more impressed with the performance than, remember, the comparison is going to start with the adjective with the er or with more, and it's going to finish until the then, okay? And then I have my auxiliary that in this case is did, and my subject that is members, okay? And why is incorrect? Let's see. Why is incorrect? Mhm. Okay, so obviously we were more in bridge. Okay, okay, all right, I understand. So we are using the verb were. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
were. And here I have did, that is the auxiliary, but it's not the same auxiliary. So we are going to put it with were the others members of the audience. Okay, so it's incorrect because that did. It's not the correct verb that we have to use. Yes,
So
that's
we
right.
need to use the same action. Yeah.
Um, no, well, the same tense, the same tense. So you can say that this one is past simple. Yes, it's past simple, but we are using the verb to be. So remember, the only exceptions with the auxiliary is the verb to be. If you have the verb to be, the verb to be is the auxiliary.
Yep.
Okay, so it's like, for example, I can say, I am teacher. In this case, is present simple. Yes, it's present simple, but the auxiliary is am, and also is the main verb of the sentence.
Yep.
Okay, but if I have here, I teach English, it's also present simple, but the auxiliary is does and do.
Yep.
Okay, or in this case, do, because I. But the thing that is important is that this in this one the auxiliary is does or do, even though that if this is not written, but I know that because it's present simple, I have to use this auxiliary. Okay, the only exception is with the verb to be.
Yep. Okay.
All right, good. So the verb to be is the verb to be. The verb to be is like the king of the verbs, you know.
Yeah, I know. A lot of exceptions with that.
Yes, that's right. And in the first one, has is the auxiliary, so we are going to use the same has. Okay. Well, the have has auxiliary. In this case, singular because it's singular, right? And candidate is singular also. All right. So just be careful about that. Let's go with number 3.
Okay, let me check. We have the film that did one last night. The festival was for Burger. Okay. So, any other films? I think it's incorrect, but maybe because we don't have an action.
Okay. Tell me the subjects and the verbs.
Okay, here we have the film.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we have that.
Okay.
We subject, action saw.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter. The other films is one more time the subject
No,
or
is the object of
any
the
of.
preposition.
Yeah, that's right. Any of this here, right?
The the
Or
the the,
only.
the verb is was. Okay, here is the was.
Oh,
Was. The film was. The film was. And this is the clause. Okay, the clause, remember that it's dependent, so you can omit it.
okay. So the film was for solution.
So is
I'm thinking.
correct.
It's correct.
Remember that you can have three options. Three options.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the
Uh,
first one is the normal one that you know. The subject in this case is any, and then we have a prepositional phrase. So you can have this one, that is the correct one, is correct. Also, you can have far better than any was of the films. Okay, this is with the auxiliary. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so I have my subject and I have my verb, any was of the films. It's strange, yes, it's strange, but it's formal. And far better, the third one is than was any of the films. This is more common, okay, that is inverted. So the three options are correct. Do you understand it?
Yay.
Okay, so we have, remember, we have three options and either of these three options is correct, are correct. Any of these option is correct. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, the forum. Let's check subject. On the market this morning. Here is the action. Whip, whip, whip.
Okay. Very
Okay,
good.
so we are talking about the vegetables. The vegetables were
Mhm.
far fresher than Were those?
Mm-hmm. Very good subject. Very, very good. Very good.
So it's correct.
Excellent. Tell me the other two options.
Oh my god.
Are fresher than
Those
those
were
were
at the market yesterday.
at the market yesterday. Actually, there is just two options in this one. Market
Why?
yesterday. Because we have where, right? Is in this case, where is the main verb, is not the auxiliary. Well, where is auxiliary and main verb, but in this case is the main verb. In the other ones, we could have the three options we could because we only have the auxiliary. Okay, I am going to explain that better. In this one, I can have the three options because I have any just
Mhm.
alone, alone, alone. So I can have the three options. The option that is alone the subject, the option that I have with the auxiliary, but in the normal order, and the option with the inverted order. So I have three options. In this one, I can only have two options because I have the where. So if I have only the well, actually, I think that you can have the three. Okay, so tell me the third one. What it would be the third one?
Far fresher.
Uh-huh. Fresher than
The,
those at the market, and that's it.
and we omit the word.
Yes, we omit the word
Okay.
only because it's a verb to be. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
this is the normal one. This is the one with the word in a normal order, and the example is the one with the inverted order. Okay, I think that in some cases we're just going to have two options, but okay, let's find another sentence with to wait to see if that is true or not. So let's go
Okay.
with number 5.
Have I okay, is the action yes. That this nothing care. That's not us. Okay. Yeah. That is a condition for these tires as bad as this is the conditioner, right?
Which one?
The
Comparison.
comparative. I mean, the
Comparison.
comparative. Yes.
Yes, very good.
Okay. That's what. Then we are talking about the condition,
Yes.
and this I don't care. But yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So in this one also we don't care about this one. Okay, this one. No.
But just be careful.
But yes, I'm lost in this part because here we have one more time the verb to be that it is.
Okay, it's incorrect. Okay. And I am going to help you. That is a connector
Hmm.
and it's inverted. But when or what? Yes, when did we see that you can have an inverted after a connector? Of course not. So the order after this connector is subject verb.
Hmm. So you
Subject
need to
verb.
say that the
So
condition.
exactly that the condition of these tires is okay. So the correct one would be that the condition of these tires is as bad as. So this is the correct one. And after the condition is correct because we have the condition of the others. So that's not the wrong part. The wrong part is the clause that starts with that. Okay, do you understand it?
Yay.
Okay, so now tell me the three options.
Okay, I'm afraid that the condition of these tires is as bad as the.
The normal one, the condition of the others. Okay, that's the first one, normal. The
Okay, yes,
second
that's
one.
the correct one. Yes,
Yes. The no, well, it's not the correct one. Yes, this is the correct one with the
of that
clubs.
one. Uh-huh.
Yes. Then the second one, that the condition of these tires. Tell me, tell me.
uh, I don't know. We need that
The
of the
condition
others. No,
condition is of the others.
we put one more time again the action.
Yes, yes. Remember this. The first one is just the noun after as. Okay, as the condition. That's it.
Yep.
The second one is the object of as, or the subject, if you want to say like this, but it's the object of as, and the auxiliary in a normal way. In a normal way,
Mm-hmm.
subject, verb, subject, verb. And the third one is going to be inverted.
At the
That
end is going to be the is. No.
no, before of these tires is as bad as is the condition of the tires of the others, sorry, of the others. This is the third one. Is first, and then the condition.
Okay.
Sorry, the noun. Sorry, the noun or the subject after the comparison. Remember, we are talking about after the comparison.
Yep.
After. The
Mm-hmm.
first one, just the noun, the condition. The second one, the noun and the
The
verb.
action. Yep.
And the third one, inverted.
Inverted. Okay. Yep.
And I choose letter the auxiliary is because here is the verb to be. That is, sorry, that the condition of the tires is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good. That's the thing. But yes, he was wrong not in the condition, in the comparison, in the clause. Very good. Let's go with number 6. Questions?
No.
All right, let's go with
But a
number
little bit
6.
confused, but yes. We firmly believe. One more time we have that.
Yes,
Okay.
one more time.
Our team, this is the will achieve the action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm much faster. We said I'm much faster.
Yes, I'm much faster. What? Remember,
Time.
yeah, than.
That's right.
Than. Remember, it starts with more or with an adjective with er and ends in that. Than, sorry, in than. This is the comparison. That's right.
Any.
Okay.
Okay, one more time. We have any of the others. Okay, so we have we believe. I don't care that one. We believe and much time than we believe that it's 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 correct.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Now,
That's
tell
really
me the three options.
okay.
That's the two options because we have one. Okay.
Okay, so we are going to say we firmly believe that our team could achieve a much faster time than any. What is the action?
Good.
Oh, yep. Than any
Okay.
cool of the others. That
That's
sounds
right.
weird, but yes.
Yes, a formal. Okay. The third one, the third option, the third. Sorry.
Could be a much faster time than could any of the others.
Excellent. This is the rather formal. Okay. This is the best in a formal way.
Okay.
I think that you have heard this kind of comparisons, right?
I don't
Like start
remember to
with
be
could
honest.
any of the others, then could any of the others,
Okay,
then
yep.
should any, Then did any, that did she, etc. Okay, like a
Yeah.
question. It sounds like a question, but it's not a question.
Yep,
Okay.
that's right.
All right. Excellent. Very good. Let's go with number 7.
Okay, we're talking about this apple pie. The action is not. And here's the comparison as good as the last one. And what is the then? That?
No, comparison. This
As
is
good as? That's right.
as yes, exactly.
That's
This
right.
is how do you say a comparison and igualdad. I don't remember how to say that. Mm, Comparative of equality.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a comparison. That's right.
I'm lost.
Okay,
Because
yes. We have a clause, right? And the clause is right.
I'm not sure. We have the subject and the
Ah,
verb, so yes.
okay, so we are going to omit it. Okay,
Oh.
omit it.
So how would you say that it's correct?
Exactly, it's correct. If the clause is correct, omit it. And you know how to make clauses,
Okay.
all right? Because remember, the clause is the dependent.
Hmm.
It doesn't exist by itself, but you can omit it and you have the meaning. Okay. All right. Good. Excellent. So, correct. Next, tell me the other two options.
The apple pie is not as good. Is good as is the last one?
Yes, the last one is the subject.
The last one is.
Exactly. Very good.
And the other one is as good as is the last one?
Yes, very good. And with
Okay.
the clause, and then you have to add the clause,
That you
right?
made.
Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Excellent. Let's go with number 8.
On the first trip, I don't care. Bobby. Subject action have twice as many fish as anyone else. Anyone subject and the action did. We haven't passed that. Okay. We have done very well. I'm going to say that is correct.
Very good. Excellent.
And the
So tell
other
me
one,
the other two options,
as many
if they
fish
are.
as we can say, did anyone else?
Yes, this exactly. This is the third one and the first one.
As many fish as anyone
Without,
else?
yes, exactly, as anyone else. That's it. Very good. You understand it?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Excellent. Number 9.
The final speaker you gave the action as more details. This part, more details than the action and is the subject of the previous. We don't get this one, right?
Okay.
So the final speaker gave us more details than had gave had gave. I'm going to say that also it's correct
Yes, very good.
because
Excellent. The other
the
two
other
options,
two
if they are.
more details than any we can say. I don't
That's
know. I'm
it.
not sure.
Done
Any?
any. That's it.
Really?
This is the first one. Yes.
Oh my God.
The second
And,
one.
may I move the any at the beginning and then the action had, or I need to move all the sentence, any of the previous speakers and at the end had?
Both. You can have both because it's just a prepositional phrase.
Oh.
Yes, you can have both. The thing is with the had. Yes, you're right. You can say. I mean, the three option is more details that any had, that had any, or than any of the previous speakers. This is the other option, right? Previous speakers. Okay, this is the first one. The second one
Mm-hmm.
is more details than any had of the
Okay, yes.
previous speakers. And now in this one, you can have like another variant. Yes, for sure, you can have the had after the prepositional phrase, because remember that the prepositional phrase is not the subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can have more details than any of the previous speakers
Had.
had, exact speakers had, and that's it. But this is just a variant of the second one. Okay,
Okay.
it's the same. It's the same as this one. These two are the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, good.
Then we have a question in the last one. Severe subject action. Why does he need to sleep so many hours? Action subject. It's a long one. You know why does he needs to... Okay, this one is a connector, right?
Yes, very good.
Here we have the subject and the action. This auxiliary, yes. I'm going to say that it's correct because also it sounds good.
It's incorrect. You
No
said it's a connector. Why
way.
are you going to invert if it's a connector?
That's right.
It's a connector, so you are not going
You
to
know
invert.
why?
He needs, right? He needs.
Okay, in that one I'm lost.
Why? You said that it was a connector.
I mean, yes. Okay, so if it is not a question, we don't need the auxiliary, right?
Yes, if we, yes, exactly. Only if
Okay.
it's a question, you're going to invert. You need an auxiliary, like you said. But if it's a connector, no. Remember,
Okay.
after connector, subject, verb. After
Okay,
the
yeah.
connector, subject, verb. All
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Good, excellent. All right, so we have review. We have this one, please. So it's a review on skill 1519. So you can do it by yourself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one is not timed. You can do it freely. And then we are going to have the TOEFL exercise. This is the important with time. So
Mm-hmm.
you can do this one, and if you had time, try to do
Mm-hmm.
this one, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Page number 244 on the book.
244. Yep.
All right, remember this one, the exercise 1519, you have to explain why, okay? Well,
Yeah.
in all the questions, forget about what I said in
Yeah.
all ones, you have to explain in all. All right, good. So let's finish here, Asa. See you next Friday and have a really good day, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, YouTube. Okay. See you
See
on
you
Friday.
Friday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.